Hi, I'm Katie with Ask Slim. You may have seen the Cycle Low Timing Tracker in some of our previous videos. This is a tool that we developed recently that identifies opportunities that may be setting up, going into and coming out of cycle lows. You may notice from time to time that some of the symbols on the tracker are in bold. Those symbols are ones that may be especially worth keeping your eye on because the bold font is telling us that they're in timing windows on both the intermediate and short-term charts. This nesting of cycle lows in multiple time frames can sometimes lead to very interesting opportunities. The one I'm going to show you today has been in the news a lot recently and may not be for the faint of heart because of the binary event risk, but the analysis is pointing to the possibility of a long-side trade setting up. That symbol is Twitter, found in the cycle timing box for both the weekly time frame and the daily time frame, which is why it's bold. It's also found in the bottom pending box for the daily time frame, and that means there's been enough positive price action on that chart to trigger the bottom pending algorithm. I will show you that when we look at the charts. This is a weekly chart of Twitter. On the bottom, we have cycle brackets that are 20 bars in length, and they're divided into minor half cycles. These cycle brackets show us an ideal cycle, but the actual cycles are outlined in black up around the candlesticks. Now these purple vertical lines show where the cycle lows occurred, and you can then compare those with the ideal cycle brackets on the bottom to get some idea of the consistency of the cycles. We also have a grayed out cycle bracket on here that was relevant in the past. I've left it on here because sometimes those, what we call ghosted cycles, regain their dominance, and I like to watch how price reacts around those ghosted cycle troughs. We also have blue vertical dashed lines over here on the right. Those show a period of time plus and minus a few weeks around the ideal end of the current cycle, when we expect a cycle low to form and for Twitter to begin moving up into the rising phase of the next cycle. So we're currently right in the middle of that time period with a nice bullish candle this week that may have formed our intermediate low. Another tool that we use to identify new rising phases of cycles, as well as declining phases, is our proprietary momentum indicator, the Reversal Scout, which is the green and purple ribbon on the chart. Notice how it turns green shortly after the cycle lows have formed, and that confirms the new rising phase. It also turns purple shortly after the cycle peak is formed, showing us that a declining phase has begun. So currently the Reversal Scout is still negative, so we're watching for that to turn green to confirm the new rising phase. Now this cycle that we're just finishing up in Twitter has not broken below this prior cycle low support, but it has retraced almost all the way down there. So because of that deep retracement, the probabilities favor not being able to make a higher cycle high in this upcoming cycle. Therefore, I've projected into the middle of this resistance zone from about $41 up to about $46, the middle coming in at 43.5. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, Twitter's in the news and has a significant amount of binary event risk, not only with its dealings with Elon Musk, but also with earnings coming up next week. Let's also take a quick look at the daily chart. These daily cycles are 32 bars in length, and we are in the daily cycle timing window as well, which is why Twitter is in bold on the cycle low timing tracker. This positive price action has triggered the bottom pending algorithm. So we likely have our daily cycle low here in sync with our intermediate term low. Now momentum is still negative on the daily chart as well, both the Reversal Scout as well as the slim ribbon. The slim ribbon colors the candles green, gray, or red depending on momentum conditions, and obviously they are still red. So we would like for momentum to turn positive, and once that happens, on a pullback that holds these supports, which are currently from about 35.40 down to about 3430 and rising as Twitter continues to rise, we would consider it a possible long-side setup for the brave who are willing to ride it through Twitter's legal saga with Elon Musk. If you'd like to learn more about a cycle analysis and the cycle low timing tracker, please visit our website at askslim.com.